That your bitch on her way now. Mama told me if you fall, never stay down. Stand up, nigga, I can never lay down. Wins and them losses, it come with being bosses. Shoot a pussy nigga in his head if he crosses.
How's it going, everyone? Saorsality Mindset Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be trying to give you some motivation to go out and destroy your week. It's Monday, it's the start of the week. We want you to be crushing your week, want to be crushing every single week. So I'm going to give you a little bit of motivation at the start of your week to help you do that. Hopefully give you a little tip on something. Okay, it's a really core part of the Saorsality mindset. It's a really core part of developing yourself mentally to a position where you just cannot be stopped. Okay, and that is perseverance through adversity. Okay, and perseverance through adversity is sticking to your plan, it's sticking to your goal, it's taking your active measures to achieving your long-term goal when you're not feeling great, when it feels like the world's against you, when stuff isn't going right, when you're facing problems. Okay, it's persevering through that, it's persevering through adversity to go out and reach your goal. Okay, and it's something that 99.999% of the population do not get and will never get. Okay, it's something that is so crucial in your development and being the person you need to become, because I promise you, if you don't learn to persevere through adversity, it's going to kill your momentum, it's going to kill your consistency, it's going to kill your mindset, kill your drive. Okay, I know, because I was a victim of this before. I was a victim to this. My adversities, overpowered my perseverance before in the past, and not even that long ago, 7-8 months ago, this happened to me, pretty significantly, where I got completely thrown off my path, and I'm going to be getting at that a little bit later, but just now I want to talk about perseverance through adversity. Okay, it's when you're not, everyone has the days where they're not feeling great, where it feels like the world's going against them, it feels like every single problem that could possibly happen is getting on them, but it's about pushing through that and sticking to the plan even though you're not feeling great. And this is going to be a personal podcast to me. I'm going to be giving you some personal stories, some personal experiences. I'm not even sure why I'm saying it. Well, I do know why I'm saying it. I've decided that in order to progress this podcast to where it needs to be, in order to, really connect with you guys, I'm going to need to get personal with some stuff. So I'm going to be telling you some personal stories, slightly uncomfortable for me, because I don't really like talking about this stuff, but we're going to be doing it today in an effort to try and help you guys, okay? So, perseverance through adversity. As someone with some genuine, diagnosed mental health problems, this is so crucial for me to learn. This was so crucial for me to learn, because I used to be a victim of it big time. Days where I woke up and I wasn't feeling great. I wasn't doing well whatsoever. I felt like just like lying in a dark room all day doing nothing. I did do that. It killed my momentum, and I never got anything done because I was too busy, feeling bad and not persevering through those feelings. Okay, so if you're similar in that similar boat, trust me, this is something that you need to learn. Even if you don't have any, actual mental health problems, you're just sort of, you get down when stuff, when your problems come against you. You need to learn this as well, okay? It's absolutely crucial for everyone to learn, okay? And, if you do have mental health problems, then obviously you need to learn how to persevere through them, or it's going to be, debilitating to you, because, every day you have different problems, every day you have different struggles. So if you can't push through that, every day you're going to be, you're going to be stopped by them. You're never going to get anywhere. Okay, so that's what we need to talk about today. Now, let me tell you a little personal story about the last time that my adversity overpowered my perseverance. Okay, so about 7-8 months ago, I was at the top of my game. I was at the absolute peak of my game. Okay, I was destroying everything. I was doing well in Saorsality. I was doing everything. Every day I was waking up, I was getting loads and loads of stuff done. I was so productive. I had just so much momentum going. I was doing so good with myself. Saorsality was growing, business was growing, doing absolutely amazing, top of my game. So I had so many ideas, was just flowing really well. Okay, now at that time in my life, everything seemed to be going right. I had people in my life that were supporting me. I had people in my life that were inspiring me, and specifically one person who I was really happy to have in my life. I had they inspired me to do my best, they motivated me to do my best. I had a lot of positive emotions towards them. They were really helpful in me, making my life so much better. It was a really they were making my life brighter. They were giving me a more reason to smile every day. That was a really positive influence in my life. So everything seemed to be going well, and it's really easy to keep momentum going and keep productive and keep working towards your goal, and life's like that. But I promise you, life doesn't stay like that, okay? Because about 7 or 8 months ago, this person who seemed to be there for me, no matter what, who seemed to be there for me to support me through a lot of tough stuff I was going through, decided that they weren't going to do that anymore. They flipped, they stabbed me in the back, they proactively done stuff to bring me down and destroy my sort of mood and my, you know, they done stuff that they knew was going to affect me negatively, but they done it anyway, okay? And I let that adversity overpower my perseverance, and that killed my momentum, and I'll be honest with you, that was 7-8 months ago. I've still not built up that same level of momentum to this day. You know, 7-8 months later, that has still impacted my momentum, my consistency, and that is the power that, you know, adversity can have on you if you don't persevere through it. Okay, that's happened 7-8 months ago, and it's still affecting me to this day. That is a lot of time to be wasting, feeling sorry for yourself and being down and wishing stuff happened differently. You know what I mean? That is a lot of time to be wasting, so you need to learn to persevere through your adherence. Because let me tell you a little story, okay? Let me give you a little secret, a little tip. Every single day of your life, you're going to be met with problems. You're going to be met with things that are going to try and put you down and stop you from going where you need to be, okay? I'm going to try and stop myself tangenting off and another bit here, because there's so many topics can come from this story, okay? But I'm going to stick with perseverance through adversity, okay? Every single day, you're going to be hit with new problems, new things that are going to bring you down, that are going to try and make your life worse and stop you progressing towards your goal. Okay, every single day. It's a certainty, it's a fact. Just like time moves on every single second of the day, you can do nothing to stop time. You can do nothing to stop problems like this coming into your life. Okay, and when these problems come into your life, you have 3 options, okay? You have 3 choices on how to tackle them. Obviously, every day you're not going to be met with a massive problem like what I had there. You're not going to be hit with something that significant every single day. Those things come up every now and then, but they're not every single day. But every single day of your life, you're going to be hit with a smaller version of stuff like that. Things that are going to try and get you down, things that are going to try and crush your momentum. And when those things come, you have 3 choices to make, okay? You have 3 decisions you can do with that, especially when you're hit with the big ones like I just told you, okay? Option 1 is you can let it overcome you. They can let it overpower you. You can let it beat you down. You can get it beat you into submission. You can give up, and you can be a general pussy about the situation and give up on it and let yourself become a victim of your problems. And when you do that, you're getting nothing done. I promise you, you're going to get absolutely nothing done. Okay, when you're a victim of your problems and you let your problems consume you, you're never going to get anything done. You're going to be in a constant state of no momentum and no drive and no motivation to go forward, and that's no place to be living your life, okay? Option 2, you take it on the chin, you grow up a bit, you understand, you accept that problems are going to happen, these things are going to happen, people are going to stab you in the back, people are going to leave you, things aren't always going to go well. Most of the time, every single problem that can happen is going to happen. You accept that, you take it on the chin, you ignore it, and you keep pushing forward, okay? You keep working on your goals, you keep taking the steps you need to do to achieve your long-term end goal, okay? That's option 2. Or option 3, which is the one I recommend the most, okay? Option 3 is that you can take that problem, you can look it dead in the eye, you can work out why it's happening, you don't even need to work out why it's happening, you look it dead in the eye, you see it for what it is, and you flip that to use it to your advantage, to use it as fuel for you to keep pushing forward, okay? This is the one that I done, this is one that you need to do, okay? Because even though, back to my personal story, even though that person stabbed me in the back, even though that person take proactive measures to make my life worse, you know what? They left my life. Who cares? Who cares? That's their loss, because you know what? I flipped that. I use that problem as fuel. I do not let that problem consume me. I consume that problem and I use it as fuel moving forward, because now every time I feel like giving up, I think about back to that person. That person knew my goals. That person knew my aspirations. That person doubted me enough. They doubted my ability to achieve that goal enough that they felt that they could leave their life and they're not going to miss anything from it. Okay, now every time I feel like giving up, every time I feel like it's not worth it to keep going forward with my goal and my aspirations, I feel like giving up, I think back to that. What am I going to do? Am I going to let that person be right about doubting me? Or am I going to make that person regret every single second they doubted me and every single second they brought me down and wanted to leave my life? What option are you going to choose? Okay, are you going to be consumed by your problems, or are you going to consume your problems and flip that and use that for motivation to go forward? Okay, because every single day you're going to be met with problems, some big, some small, there's no stopping it. So you can give up, be a pussy about the situation, and give up completely and let that can take control of your life. Take on the chin, keep moving forward, and ignore it, or you can flip that and use it as even more fuel to move forward and keep pushing you towards your goal. Okay, and everything is going to be okay if you take that second or third option, okay? You're going to get through it, especially if you take that third option. I promise you, things are going to look easier, things are going to be looking up, okay? Don't be scared of your problems, take it on the chin. You're stronger than your problems, you're tougher than your problems, I promise you that, okay? Everything's going to be alright. and even lows, and you pull them every day, you're going to get through every single one of them as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you accept that problems are going to be inevitable. How do I know that? Because even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Okay, God has a plan for your life, and God's plan for your life is 10 times better than the emotions you're feeling just now. I promise you, the struggle that you're going through just now, the problems that you're facing, if you persevere through it, you know, all you need to do is persevere through it, keep moving forward, because God's plans for your life are infinitely better than them, and I promise you that it's worth challenging those problems, it's worth going through those problems, it's worth going through the struggle now to get to God's plan for your life, because it is, you know, it is great, it is amazing, and it's worth every single second of a struggle you go through. Okay, it's worth every single struggle you go through. So take that decision, flip those problems, use them as fuel, use them to prove everyone wrong who doubted you, power forward, keep going towards your goal, because what choice do you have? You're not going to be a pussy, you're not going to let yourself be consumed by your problems. You're part of Saorsality, you're part of the Saorsality mindset, you're consuming your problems, you're using them as fuel to go forward, and anybody who doubts you, you're using that as even more fuel, okay? That is the way Saorsality do it. That's how we do it in Saorsality. Saorsality Mindset Podcast. God first always. Keep powering through, guys. Go out, destroy your week, crush your month, crush your years, crush every single week going forward, because you're part of Saorsality. You know what to do. Go out and make your life what you ought to become of it. Follow the Instagram at Saorsality. Follow me, Kyle J Brown PT. Destroy your week, guys. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Why would I listen and see the vision?